somebody who has a bit of an image issue, it often conjures up memories of overcooked, mushy sides. Well, chef and culinary expert Andrea Buckett is in the AM kitchen this morning to show us how using frozen veggies and fruit can be convenient and delicious and economical.
Yes.
Because if I hear one more thing about cauliflower, it's enough already. I mean, I went to it was not $8, so, you know, there you go, whatever.
Yeah. And the fact is, during the winter months, you know, produce does go up in price, whether it's cauliflower or berries, because we're importing it from all other countries, right? So not only is it more expensive, but it's not as nutritious as well. So there are many benefits to frozen fruits and veggies.
Because tell us about the nutrients in a frozen veggie.
Right. So typically they are picked at the height of freshness, and then they're flash frozen. Okay. So which means they're going to retain the majority of nutrients. Okay. They lose a little bit of the water soluble vitamins like vitamin C, but other than that, they really retain most of the nutrients, which is awesome.
So there's really no downside other than maybe a texture thing?
Right. So as we freeze for vegetables, what happens is the cell wall breaks down, okay? And so when it thaws out again, it becomes mushier. So it all depends on how you cook it and how you thaw it. So we're going to show you some best practices on how to cook them to get the most out of these veggies. So first of all, we're thinking about things like soups and stews, which is amazing this time of year because we're all looking for those comfort foods. So this is an interesting dish. This is called Shizuka, and it's basically tomatoes that have been stewed, and we've added to that a frozen artichoke. Oh. So this is the other thing. The variety of frozen fruits and vegetables now is outstanding. Right. It's not just corn or peas or lima beans. Like I remember eating lima beans as a kid. Yeah. The variety is exceptional. So we've used some artichoke hearts here, and you can see
frozen, and they're readily available, like frozen in most grocery stores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
And the great thing is the prep's already done for you. So again, that's another bonus. The prep and the cleaning is done. So in terms of speed for cooking, it's a bonus, okay? So soups, stews, chilies, you throw them in at the end of cooking, okay? So you don't want them at the beginning because then, of course, they're going to break down.
You want some firmness still.
Exactly. So the end of cooking. If you're going to do a straight-up side dish with vegetables, now this is a great trick I used last Christmas. What you do is you go buy some frozen veg. In this case, I use green beans. I just poured it out right into my baking sheet. Okay. I might have made a little bit, you know, of some mushrooms and garlic in a side pan, put it right in the oven, and cooked it for like 15 minutes.
Not even long, right?
No, not long. Because
you didn't coat them in anything?
No.
No.
A little bit of butter and olive oil and some garlic. But you do not have to cook that down. You don't want to like cook it forever because it's going to turn into mush.
So those are still firm after you cook it for a little bit of time, take them out. Perfect.
Because they're already blanched before they go into the freezer, they're cooked. They're par cooked.
And they retain their good deep green color,
right,
too.
and that's why they blanch them, to retain the color and to get rid of any enzymes and you know, bacteria that's on the vegetables.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so very good. Okay, so this is a fun thing to do, and this is, again, something new that's available in the frozen section is butternut squash. Now, butternut squash and squashes are readily available this time of year, so we're just thinking about ease of preparation
here. But I'm telling you, they're a pain in the neck.
Exactly. People don't want to cut them, right? It takes
forever.
So this is fun. What we've done is we've blended it into a dip, and we're going to get you, actually, we're going to get you to make this. So this is our frozen squash. We're going to throw it right in the food processor. And then we're going to go right in with some goat's cheese, some sour cream.
Yep, okay.
All right, and then some really nice aromatics. So we're going to use turmeric here, and turmeric is great for you. It's anti-inflammatory. It has lots of great benefits to it, and smoked paprika. Okay. All right, so that's all you have to do. We're going to put the top on, and I'm going to let you give that a whir. And what you end up with is this beautiful, this is the new hummus. We'll go the other way.
Other way?
Yeah. I should have given you a...
The new hummus with squash. This is great.
So there you go.
And this is real, and again, it's still got the nutrients. The squash, even though it's frozen or whatever, still has all those nutrients.
Exactly, and then you come and you garnish it with some pepitas and some sun-dried tomatoes, and you have a delicious, delicious dish.
Oh, I love that. What are these?
Oh, these are just our little pretzel bites to dip into.
That's fun. Okay.
So, so let's talk berries and fruit, because berries and fruit, there's nothing worse than buying like a $5 container of blueberries.
They're expensive and they don't last.
They don't last, they go moldy. So you do trade off for the texture thing. So frozen berries and frozen fruits are really used well in baking. So think muffins, think pies, cobblers, smoothies, of course. Everyone loves them in smoothies. When you bake with them, it's important to sort of toss them in a little bit of flour, because that will prevent the berry from bleeding into the batter.
Oh, even better. Okay.
Right? So, and I also like it mixed into yogurt, because you do definitely lose the texture of berries.
But you don't lose the flavor. Like you go and buy those American strawberries, now they have no flavor.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got a little bit of time left for this.
Okay, so this is a lot of fun. So I want to show you how to do this. This is the perfect thing to use frozen veggies for. So this is a to-go noodle cup. So you can take this to work with you for lunch. And all we're going to do is we're going to take some really quick cooking noodles. In our case, we're using some udon noodles.
So you put the udon in.
Put the udon right in there, and then pick your favorite, stir-fry mixture. It has a ton of different variety.
Yeah.
We're going to put some of that right on top.
So you can get all kinds of veggies.
All kinds of veggies. And then you're going to top it with whatever flavors you like. So in our case, we're going to use a bit of ginger,
okay.
some green onions, some sambal oelek, and sesame oil. You're going to top that off with a little bit of hot water when you get to the office or for lunch.
So you just leave it like that until you're ready to eat.
Exactly.
Get your hot water. Oh my gosh. And it makes its own consomme because of that.
Healthy. No extra sodium or salt, and delicious.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
And then you're adding a little bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of sambal oelek and sesame oil, and it gives it some flavor. And you can do that all in there, throw that in your fridge.
Yes.
And then take it when you're on your way to work.
What I love about that is then my cauliflower or whatever else is not going to go bad in my fridge because it's in the freezer and it's easy. All right, thank you so much for
You're
this.
welcome.
This is great. You'll find today's recipes on our website, canadaam.ctvnews.ca. We will be right back.